Hello everybody, welcome to this video. In this video, we are demonstrating the metal detector made by our group for project number 2. This metal detector has a switch and it works on 9-volt battery and it is based on PIC32 microcontroller. Okay, so now let's look at the inside of the device and hardware used. So these are this is the potentiometer, this is a switch, an LCD. We have a switch over here, and then inside this cardboard box we have the electronics over here. So this works on PIC32 MX130, a 9-volt, 5-volt regulators, and IMU over here. Um, then we have a 3.3-volt regulator, some frequency detection mechanism, a speaker, and a SPI chip and a operational amplifier to play the sound. So that was all the setup. We also have flexible connectivity for USB adaptation, so that we can transfer data to computer. If you want to use a USB port, we can use that as well. So let me turn on the detector, and we see the system calibration function. So at the start we see this loading bar that tells us the progress. After system calibration we do IMU calibration. IMU is used in some extra features that I will cover on later in the video. So once we start the setup, we hear the sound telling that the device is ready. Okay, now we have done the calibration, and now let's see how the user uses the device. So we have a liquid crystal or LCD display, a knob, a push button to use the device. This gives the output, this takes the user input. So we have implemented a rotary or a potentiometer which can help us to do what about 10 switches can, and only just one pin. So using only one pin we can do a lot of things. And so currently when we rotate this, we cycle through different options in the menu. So let's look at the options that we are supporting currently. Return to start. This is basically a soft reset that resets the internal structures of the software. Then we have the frequency calibration function. Then we have the beep on and off. Then we have the then we have the voice on and off. Then we have the display items. This displays the number of items that we have counted till yet. Then we have the distance on and off. Then we have the reset the counter, so this resets the number of metals detected. And then we have decrease sensitivity. This is the increased sensitivity, and then this is the credits. So let's look at the start. So return to start won't be any use right now because we haven't done anything in this software. So let's start with the frequency calibration function. So to select an option, we press this button and we receive an audio feedback that the button is pressed. And so now the frequency is being calibrated, and a loading bar tells us the progress. Okay, now let's start the beep mode. So in this beep mode, this acts as a traditional metal detector, which basically beeps when it detects a metal. And based on ferrous and non-ferrous metal, the sound of beep or the tone of beep is different. And as the closer we get to the metal, the more the faster the rate of the beep gets. So okay, so right now this isn't beeping, so we aren't detecting any metals. Now as you can see over here, we have an array of objects to detect. Some are ferrous, some are non-ferrous. So let's see what can we detect from the metal detector. Starting from over here, which is over here, this is a box or a collection of coins that I found over my house. Then we have a copper coil. Then we have a plier. Then we have a spoon above in front of that. Then we have a stainless steel plate, and then we have a hammer. So let's look at the detection. So let's see what this thing detects. Okay, so we see a beep, and if I go closer, the beep gets faster, and if I go backwards, the beep gets slower. So now it's off because it's out of detection range. So I don't know if you can see the range, like how far I can detect the object from. So let's see. Yeah, this is the starting range. Keep in mind that we can change the sensitivity, so this range is variable, meaning that if I change some settings in the software, I can get a longer or a longer range. So now let's move on to the second object. Okay, so as you can notice over here, this is not a ferrous object or non-ferrous object, and you see that the tone of the frequency or the tone is changed of the beep is changed. And we can see a negative. So this number basically signifies the frequency difference from the average frequency that is at when no object is detected. Now let's move on to the third object we have over here. Okay, there we have another object. So I think it's a small object, so therefore we don't get much range, but again we can change the range by changing the sensitivity. Now let's move on the fourth object over there. So it's a small ferrous object. Okay, so this kind of beep is for a ferrous object, and this kind of beep is for a non-ferrous object. Now let's move on the fifth object. Okay, so this is quite a big object, so we get a quite a range. This is about 25 centimeters above from the 25 centimeters away, and if I go closer, yeah, we see the change in rate. Now let's move on the last object that we have over here and see. Again, this is a ferrous, and we keep on going forward. Okay, so let's go back. So this was a demonstration of the beep function. Now let me turn it off. So now if we press return to start, this will turn off the beep function. And now if I bring it closer to the metals, it won't show any deviation. So this is just like a reset function, but this won't reset the device actually. Now let's see the voice on / off. So in this one, what we have to do is we have to bring the object as close as to the detector, and then the detector will detect if it's a small ferrous, a large ferrous, or small non-ferrous, or a large non-ferrous metal. So let's see how this works. So first you have to bring the object closer to the device and then press this button to detect it. So if there is no object, then it says no metal detected. So it displays no metal detected. So let's see this now. No metal detected. Now let's go to this coin and let's see. This is a large ferrous according to the device. Now let's go to this object, keep it as close and press the button. Large non-ferrous. Okay, and let's keep it over here. Oh, now let's see about this one. Oops, oh sorry, wrong. Yeah, let me take it again. Oh yeah, this is a small ferrous metal. Sorry, that was some error due to I placed my hand on the wires that incorporated some errors. Let's look at this again. Large ferrous, and lastly but not the least, yeah. So this was the voice on and off option, and this is how we have structured our metal detection system. One is the traditional beeping function that we just saw, and then we have the classification system. Now let's move out the display items. So in this mode, we basically display the number of items detected. So yeah, total metals have been detected 58 times. We have detected all these items that are over there 58 times, and out of these 43 were ferrous, and the rest were 15 were non-ferrous. So let's see at the display. It displays the number of metals detected again. So 58 were ferrous. Sorry, 58 are total metals. Then 43 are ferrous, and the rest were non-ferrous. So now distances. But before moving on to distance, I want to show you one more feature, which is the reset metal feature. If I press this button, it will reset the internal counter that counts the number of metals. So let's see. Here we have the metals, and so yeah, now they are 0. Now we have calibrated again, and let's go to distances. So in distances, what happens is basically we get the distance between the horizontal distance between the last detected object and the current position of the coil. So if you look, if I turn it on, right now it just shows garbage value. We first have to detect an object first. So let's detect an object like, say, this. Okay, so now you see that over here that we have detected this object. If I would like the camera to place above here, and now so the cameraman has brought the camera up here. Now let's move this over here. So now we have moved about 13 to 15 centimeters away from the detected metal, and the arrow says which direction should we go to get to the metal as close. So if I keep going forward, the distance is increasing in the negative direction. If I go close towards the object, the distance decreases. So let's try it with a non-ferrous object again. So here we can see, if I tilt it this way, the distance increases, and if I go this way, the distance goes in the positive direction. And yeah, so this is the distance function. Let's look at the decrease sensitivity and the increase sensitivity. So if we decrease the sensitivity, we will decrease the range of the device. So this will be better if you only want to detect a bigger kind of metals. So either in non-ferrous or ferrous, only big metals will be detected if I decrease the sensitivity. And if I increase this, I would get longer range for smaller metals. So let's increase the sensitivity first. So first let me bring it away. So now it's 7. The smaller the number, the more range we have. Now let's calibrate it, because once we change the sensitivity, we need to calibrate the device. Okay, so we are done. Now let's see. Okay, so as you noticed earlier, we had a very small range. Now you can see the range is better. If you look at the range, I would like the cameraman to see it horizontally.
Yes, my lord.
Okay, so wait, where is this? This was this. And now if I go back at this, we can detect it from this distance. Again, from this, we can detect it from there. For this, we can detect it from here. Compared to over this distance, we can detect it from this distance. And similarly for these, we can detect it from longer distances as well, like over here. And this goes for the same over here. Yeah. Now let's decrease the sensitivity. So this will increase the number, and the bigger the number is, the less sensitive to device and less smaller the range is. Let's make it about 82. Okay, so now if we detect, we won't be able to detect it. And as you can see in the previous sensitivity, we were able to detect an object from this distance, but I have to go closer about here, then only we detect the object. The same as for this object. So earlier it was about this distance. Now we have to go really close at this distance to detect it. And the same goes for non-ferrous objects as well. Yeah, and we can do the same for these two as well. And this doesn't even get detected because of the filter of sensitivity. Okay, so this is the coin detection demonstration. We have placed 4 coins over there. I have not in Canada currently, so these aren't Canadian coins, but these were the ones that I have. So let's see. Let's detect them one by one. So we have 1 coin over here at there. Let's detect that. So that is detected over, the range is about 5 centimeter and greater. So if you can have a look at that, so this is about 5 centimeter and greater. Now let's move on to the second coin. Again, 5 centimeter and greater range. Next coin, again, greater range. And now the last coin. So this is taking a little bit difficult. Yeah, so there we have detected different coins, and the range is greater than 5 centimeter. Yeah. So welcome to this part of the video. Now we are trying to see if this detector actually works in real life scenarios, like if you go for a real metal search. So let's see um, if you are detecting anything. Okay. Oh, there is something over here. Let's see. Okay. Okay, now let's see. The detector is detecting something over here. Yes, something is over here. Oh wow. What is this? Sounds like coins.
Free money.
We found a treasure using this metal detector. Nice. Now I can pay for my college with this treasure. Okay. In reality, we just put this over here, and then so this was like this was a setup. So we just wanted to see that how this would perform when it would actually see something underneath the earth surface of the earth. So yeah, I think so. This is pretty well. This was about 10 centimeter deep, and there was this rock over this, which is about 2 inches wide. So this has like a pretty much depth of around 10 centimeters. So I think, yeah, this was a successful search or a treasure hunt. So this was it for the video, and I hope you like this. Okay, let's see the credits. So this credit is basically a feature which plays an animation of all the creators of the project. And so if I press, it plays the music. So let's listen to it. And now
Where's
we
my name?
okay, your name will come in the credits, don't worry, cameraman. Okay, now let us moving on. So now I stop the credits, but a cool feature in this thing is that if I enter the credits mode, the sound will resume from the last played position. So if you remember, the sound will play from that. If you don't remember, go back in the video and watch it. And okay, let's demonstrate the the resuming again, but this time I will go through the mode faster. So 1 2 3 go. Next, next, and it resumes from the old position. So this is one nifty feature that we implemented, and I think this is all for the demo for the metal detector, and I hope you liked it. So yeah, um watching this. If you like the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and make sure to leave your thoughts below in the comments. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Stay safe, take care, and have a great day.